have you ever received very creepy texts from people from your past or people you might have known that never spoke to you in person? As
Have
a
I?
woman, have you ever received text messages from a man that are creepy because they are pursuing you now? Maybe they never spoke to you before. Maybe they have seen you in passing and got hold of your number. Have you ever received a message from somebody that you would deem creepy?
I've received creepy messages, but I wouldn't say from anyone that I've known.
So from randoms?
Yeah. Have I ever told you a story about someone that I know? Because you just said, I know that you have.
No, because all girls have. All girls have had dick pics sent to them or some guy trying to chat them up that's a bit weird.
Yeah.
You've had that before, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, I need to read these messages.
I've got some fun ones screenshotted on my phone as well.
Can you share them?
Maybe I'll have a look and see what I can find.
So this guy texted us saying, "Hi, remember me?" Look how he spelled me. I would block you just for that. She said, "Hey, I think so from," and it was middle school. For context, these were pulled from Moist Critical's channel. And he said, "Yes." And then he said, "Hey, you have kids. Have kids yet?" She said, "Hey, I don't have kids yet. Why do you ask?" And he goes, "Just asking. Do you have a boyfriend?" She said, "I do have a boyfriend. Do you have a girlfriend?"
Why is she engaging in this conversation?
I don't know why she's engaging in it. He said, "Can I tell you something?" Now, not to echo Most Critical, but usually when someone says, "Can I tell you something?" something bad is usually going to follow. It's either going to be something that's going to like shake the foundation of the conversation or something that's going to make you go, "What the fuck? Why did you tell me that?" So she said, "Yeah, what's up?" And he said, "No, girlfriend. When we was in middle school, I wanted to do this to you." Do what? Like when you were in the skirt, "I want to make you mine. Hope you don't get mad." Oh, it was a long time ago. No reason to get mad. He said, "Oh, okay." And he sent something that he then unsent. I can only imagine what he sent for it to be so bad that he had to unsend it. And he said, "If I were to do this to you, what you would let me?" His English is not very good. She said, "No, I have a boyfriend." So obviously it was something unsavory. He said, "I mean, back in middle school, I wasn't interested in dating or sexual activity when I was in middle school." And he said, "I wanted you really bad." Oh, okay. And she said, "I'm a bit confused as to why you're telling me this now." And he said, "'Cause dear, in those days..."
Dear.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
mad.
dear.
"In those days, I want to pull down your panties, not even a little bit, dear. You there, lol. Can I ask you a personal question?" I think you've asked enough questions, mate. "When you were in middle school, you there?" She goes, "No, because I'm not interested. I don't really know you at all." He
I
goes,
just really don't know why she's still engaging in this conversation. I would have hit that block button the minute he said something about,
"Remember me with an eye.
yeah.
Are you an idiot?" He goes, "I know, lol. Also, it's a bit weird that you're talking about a 12, 13-year-old me and still being sexual about it." Yeah.
Dear. That took a turn.
That's a very good point. You're imagining her when she was little. You haven't seen this girl in ages. And you're talking about what you wanted to do to her. That is a little bit odd. He goes, "Hope you're not mad at me again for these things." She said, "Don't contact me again," right? So that was the end of the interaction. Have you ever had interactions like that with guys, or maybe not to that degree, but where someone's messaged you saying, "Oh, Sabi, blah, blah, blah," you know?
Not like that, but I've had a lot of weird, creepy messages, but I don't respond and engage. And there's been like a couple of times where people have seen me from Midnight Rubbish and messaged me, like, you know, great channel, really love your content, etc. So I'll respond and say thank you because someone's gone out of their way to compliment the channel. Boy, is that a bad idea. I've had some guys, but this was not from Midnight Rubbish. This was from when I used to do my TikTok videos. And for those who don't know, my TikTok videos used to be like inspirational, uplifting quotes. Like I used to, you know, make a good impact on the people.
She was a TikTok star.
Yeah. And
Got like 1 million views.
So this guy must have messaged me like, "Hey, seen your TikTok video. It's so like lovely what you're doing. You're making me feel so good, like blah, blah, whatever." And I responded and was like, "Thank you." Then he started like trying to ask me loads of questions as if he was just trying to get to know me. So I ignored him. not to be rude, but I don't want to engage in this conversation with you. I was just saying thank you. Like, I'm not looking to chat. This guy then started sending me loads of abuse. Do you know how many times I've got so much abuse from just random guys online because I'm not engaging in conversation with them that they don't take it well and they just start cussing me out?
Do you have any of them on your phone still?
I can check now, but I think you should edit out because it might take me a bit of time to find it.
Fine.
But it's just kind of like, whoa, where did that come from? Like, just because I don't want to talk to you doesn't make me the world's worst person.
Oh, 100%.
Do you know what I mean?
You're not obligated to speak to anyone.
It's, oh, you think you're too good, blah, blah, blah. And they start going in deep and I'm like, whoa. But it's giving that kind of... It's giving that kind of energy of them guys that are like... Can I have your number? No, sorry, I've got a boyfriend. Well, you're ugly anyway. It's that kind of behavior.
When they do that on the road.
Huh?
When they do it on the road, they're like, hey, can I get your number? And you keep walking. It's like, you're fat anyway. I'm just like, why did you ask for a number?
Yeah.
Guys that do that are so fucking weird. It's so bizarre to me. Like, you shoot your shot. She ignored you. Okay, it's a bit embarrassing to get ignored.
He scores.
Well, he misses in this instance. And then you attack her, you verbally berate her. So what all you're saying really is that you like fat, ugly women. Otherwise, what were you doing trying to get next to her? You think you're too nice. You think she's nice as well. That's why you walked up to her.
Yeah.
I hate seeing guys do that. I don't mind if guys want to walk up to a girl to like try to get a number, as long as they're not being intimidating. You know, don't do it at a bus stop at 3 a.m. But if she rejects you, listen, she's not obligated to talk to you. Just hold your L. Just be like, listen, I tried. She was rude. Maybe she was rude, whatever. And you walked away. You start shouting at her. How do you look? The imbecile that spotted this girl out of the sea of women that you now think looks like a land whale, and you wanted to chirp her. You wanted to move to her. You're the idiot in the situation.
Do you remember? I had a message from a guy. So what had happened was, basically, if anybody has ever had me on Instagram, I don't really post on Instagram. And when I do, it's usually just a picture of myself from when I've gotten ready and gone out, which is not often. So I'd usually always only have about 6 pictures on my Instagram, and all of them are me dressed up on a night out. And this guy sent me a message basically saying, who do you think you are? You know, maybe you should try change it up a little bit and wear a tracksuit and some Jordans, and then maybe you'll find a husband. And I'm just like, hang on a second. How do you know that I don't live in a tracksuit behind closed doors and never put makeup on? And you're judging me off 6 pictures that I've taken of when I've actually gone out. Do you know what I mean? I was just like, who is this guy to just I'm online, judge. You know what I'm saying? It's a place you're going to get judged. But it was just a bit rude, unnecessarily rude. I've had so many messages from guys being unnecessarily rude because they're it's kind of like incel behavior. They're angry at women, and they've seen me and they've just made this big judgment and perception of me based off of pictures and then taking it out on me.
Well, your pictures are not like super exposed.
They're not, but it's just... I don't know, maybe these guys saw me and fancied me and just...
They just wanted to go at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is weird behavior. I'll tell you guys a story, right? I have this friend called Amber. She's happily married now. She's got a kid. But I remember way back in the day, Amber's the most innocent girl, right? She wouldn't do anything to anyone. She wasn't out here hoeing or anything like that. I remember we all stayed at her house. It was me, my mate Shanice, I think Liam was there, Sean was there. Shanice and Sean knocked me out because they gave me macaroni and cheese and it was laced with weed. So my dumb ass is sitting there eating it. And next thing I'm looking at Shanice, I'm smiling at her and I'm like, and I just knocked out on the chair and I woke up in the morning, everyone was laid out. But I remember I went to see Amber and like we opened her Snapchat. And the shit guys were sending her, I was like, what the fuck? It was insane. I sending a dick pic unsolicited is crazy. But the stuff that I saw, I just couldn't believe it. It wasn't even people on her contact list. It was just random people that thought that it was okay to message her. Even I don't know if I can tell that story. I can't tell that one.
Here's one. Yeah. One of them messaged me about a random person that I don't even know. And this person said to me, is that you in this photo? And I'm like, well, which photo? I was baffed. I wanted to know though. And I've never seen this person before. And he said, LOL, the one where it looks like all of her tits were stolen, with a laughing face.
What?
Yeah. So I said, you need to show me, ? And he goes, LOL, probably best if I don't. She already sent her little bitch boy after me for cracking that joke about stealing her tits. And then he sent another message going, speaking of which, is it common for her to use sad, pathetic men to fight her battles for her? Because that's a pretty terrible way to live life.
Is this your first interactions with him?
Yeah. Look, nothing. Just randomly sent me this DM. I ignored him. And then he wrote, oh, don't tell me you got your panties in a wad too. Your whole friends group must be a bunch of frigid losers. I was baffed because I didn't even know who this girl was that he was talking about, but he just went on a rampage at me because of someone who's pissed him off.
Fuck it. How do you open a conversation like that? Is that you in the picture? My man has never seen a boob in his life.
Oh.
While Sabi's looking for that, there's also this message here. It says, this guy messaged this girl and he says, you play video games, like other than Candy Crush and Pokemon? She said, yeah, what gave it away? He said, cool, not many chicks that like in... So, but the way people type really pisses me off. Am I reading that one? Not many chicks that are like into real games.
How many chicks that are like into real games?
He typed it as he was actually saying it. And then she said, really, you going to try that one? He said, what? It was a compliment. And she said, whatever. He goes, so a guy who already desired to be intimate with gives you a compliment, you get bitchy. So she ignored him. Then he texts back saying, are you ignoring me now? She said, you live in a different country than me. He said, you're an effing cosplay girl. It's not like it's real work. You get paid to be hot for people. And she said, yeah, it's not going to work. Don't text me back. Goodbye. He said, women like you are always so sensitive. I'm just being honest about things. If you can't handle that, I don't think you intellectually compatible. I don't think you're intellectually compatible, mate. Type your fucking sentences properly. It's so annoying to read. I'm very sorry that you feel like I was being mean or sexist or whatever, but I wasn't. I hope you learn to be less bitchy. Men don't like that in women, and you're already past your good years. I mean, if she's already past her good years, why are you texting her? If that's what you think of her.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, just take your L and keep it moving. I get rejection's not nice, but now look.
I'm just hoping I've got some here. I had this guy, yeah.
Oh, you butchered that. You butchered that so hard.
Why do you hang out with such intellectually repressive men? They are unevolved and undignified. That was about like Nate, Ricardo, Andrew. Do you see an issue with this?
No, that's me. That's literally.
But if a girl posted that on her story, would you see an issue with it?
Yeah, I don't like when people put shit up like that.
Why?
Because you're seeking attention. Why are you putting that shit up?
You think that's seeking attention?
Oh, 100%. What are you putting that up for? You're either indirecting somebody, so somebody.
You're praising that's the kind of man that you like.
No, I don't. People that do those sort of things are usually seeking attention.
Okay, but if they're not, okay, regardless of that, is there an issue with a girl liking that?
Oh, liking that kind of man?
Mm-hmm.
No, because I just say that's basically me.
You know, I put that on my story, and one guy started a big argument with me.
Really?
Random guy, yeah.
Saying what?
So this was the conversation. He sent the laughing face. I said, "Lol, why is that funny?" He goes, "Why are you lolling when you know it's funny?" I'm laughing because look at what we post.
Mm-hmm.
And then he sent me this. Ladies with natural bodies and regular jobs are also winning at life. Don't let this social media shit fool you. Then I said, yeah, it's all true though. He said, can can what you post? I said, it's all relevant. He said, why has it got to be about money for all women? You're all shallow as hell. That's why I'm laughing. He said, you know, I ain't lying either. I said, who said anything about the woman wanting money from the man? Said, a man that's got his head down doing his thing and focused on one woman, nothing wrong with that. Said, I make my own money in this life. I don't need nothing from a man except love and attention. He said, I didn't even insinuate that, but see how you want him to have money. Like all you think it's a prerequisite. Meanwhile, men are boosting your broke asses. I'm just saying that's why I'm laughing, innit? So I said, okay, so if I've got my own money, why would I not want my man to have his own money as well? I said it should be equal. He said it should, but your post doesn't say that, does it? Where he was saying, meanwhile, men are boosting your broke ass. I said, I've never been broke and no man has ever boosted anything for me, let alone provided jack shit. He said, pissed for you, date better, with a laughing face. I said, you're obviously triggered by females from your past. You shouldn't be putting that on a woman you don't even know. But that's not what I'm after, though. He put, the point is that men boost women by posting nice shit. It's about her personality and looks. When it's women boosting men, it's purely about money. It's very indicative, have I said that right? Of each side's thought process. I'm not saying you personally, more in general. Did you really just say that knowing nothing about me? I was being general and now apparently I've dated bad women in the past. Drop me out, mate. Guys, he's in my line.
That's where you got it from, the origins.
I said a lot of women, yeah, but you can't generalize. Plus focusing on looks itself is shallow. And then I think I just blocked him.
All right, here's what I'll say. First, before I get to him, why were you wasting time talking to this Dumbo?
Because I was kind of like, it actually pissed me off because it was like, what are you trying to insinuate here by are you trying to make out? Because in my mind, that post was not about, I want a man with money. It's a man who's, look, when you're looking for a partner and another half, you don't want someone who's a bum and just sits at home doing nothing, because you want a guy who's going to be able to, okay, if I got pregnant and had a baby, he's going to be able to still like run
the house.
Yeah, I'll do the traditional woman things and you do everything else because I cannot work because I'm looking after your child. Yeah. And if you've got a guy who's a bum and not working, then he's not going to be able to do that for you. Secondly, I'm the sort of woman, I'm career driven. I want to work. I want to go places in life. So there's nothing wrong with me wanting that, like a man that's sort of the equivalent as well. I don't want a man who I'm going to be superior over. Do you know what I mean? I don't
think you should say that because you are career driven, but you're also your values are very traditional. You do very traditional things, right? So when you say career driven, you sound I know you're not it, but just to clarify for people watching,
yeah,
the way you behave to me is like a very traditional, like typical woman in the house, all the good things. You are career driven because obviously we're here doing this and you have all your responsibilities like this in your job. But I wouldn't put you in the career driven category solely because you're kind of both. I think you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't.
I don't want to say stop working and just be a stay-at-home housewife. Like, I will do that.
You're goal-orientated.
There's things I want to achieve in life. I want to have my own chat show. I don't want to just work in like a 9 to 5. I want to do bigger things with myself. That's the point I'm trying to get at here. Yeah. And it's not saying that I have to be with a man who wants to be like big like that as well, but I don't want a man who's a bum. There's nothing wrong with that. So if I want a man who's making same sort of money as me, I don't think there's an issue with that. And the point I was making when I posted that was a guy who's not bothered about outside distractions. He's not bothered about loads of women partying, looking good, all this stuff. A man who's just focused on getting his shit together and focused on one woman. That's attractive as like, that's what I want in a man. A man who's just focused on me, like, and no other outside women and distractions, and a man who's got his head on his shoulders and is not just always want to be out partying and doing God knows what. That's all I meant by that post. But he got triggered by it. I think he must be a bum, and he's taken that out on me.
You have to be a bum, or you have to have been hard done by women to send messages like that. Like, I've got friends that put up stupid posts all the time. I've got friends that put up these dumb quotes. And I troll them, but it's never malicious. I'm like, I'm poking fun at them. They do their stupid star sign thing, and I'll write something dumb. But we always laugh. It's always very friendly. That came across like he had an issue. He saw you. He probably perceived you to be very attractive, and he saw that quote. He put two and two together, and it was like, she thinks she's the shit. Guys are boosting her ego. What I'm thinking is that even if you were that person, even if you were somebody that was boosted by men and they were feeding your ego, why are you wasting time messaging her? There's so many other things you could be doing. You could even be petting a dog. That would be more interested in that stupid conversation. I don't get guys that do that. It's just such a waste of time.
Those messages are old. Like, I'm talking like 3-4 years old. Now, the only reason I responded is because, you know me, I hate being misunderstood. So I have to explain myself and my point. And I didn't like the idea of that post looking like I'm one of them women that is just after a man with money or for his money. Like, absolutely not. And he was saying in that conversation, when men post about a woman, they care about looks, and when women post about men, they care about money. And he's saying it's shallow for women to just be looking at money. It's always about money.
Isn't it shallow to only?
But I think it's shallow to only look at looks. And I think, in my honest opinion, a man with money is not going to complain about it either. He ain't going to care.
No, he's not. Like I said, when I see girls putting posts up like that, they are attention seeking. It's not all of them that's doing it, but to me it comes across as attention seeking. And oftentimes when I have conversations with these girls, it is, it's because all the men that I interact with ain't shit, so I'm putting it up there so maybe they fix up, some bullshit like that. Even though usually the people that post these things are the ones that need to fix up. But that's not for every single person. But I would never waste my time having long, in-depth conversations with somebody I don't know about some BS like that. I don't know. I don't care enough. I've got too much going on to care about what some girl's doing in her story. You know, it's like you scroll through it and you keep it moving.
So I put up a post saying, make me laugh. And this is the response I got from a guy. Random guy, don't know. You're probably right. Probably because you're so attractive, everyone sucks up to you that you don't have a good sense of reality anymore. I'm sorry, what?
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Projecting or what? Projecting or what?
That's crazy. I don't know what to say, man. I don't care enough to message people. There's plenty of pretty girls, man. Like it's whatever, bro.
I get some really nice messages though that I actually screenshot them, like, because the nice ones like make me smile. Do you know what I'm saying? Not everyone's arseholes. This guy said, "You're even more beautiful in person. I bet. Breaking hearts. I offer mine as a tribute."
That's a pretty good line.
Yeah. Let me see if I've got anything
I only
else.
screenshot messages when they're racist, and then I take the racist comment they've made and I take out on my friends.
One joke I know is, I thought life gave me melons until I realised I was dyslexic.
That's so dumb that I'd laugh.
Oh dear.
Anyways, guys, don't send weird messages to girls. Just go about your business. Go to the gym, you know? Start a YouTube channel. Do something that you like. Pretty girls will come. How many necked guys do you see with beautiful women? It's because those guys probably work really hard and they probably have assets, probably funny, and they probably got shit going for them. Girls like people with a bit of power. Girls like men that are respected. And girls don't like it if you're in their DMs writing crazy shit about them when you don't even know them.
Just don't be nasty in the DMs. There's no need.
Yeah, only to the boys. Do it to the boys. They can take it. They got thick skin.
No, but there's just no need. Like, you're strangers. No one owes you anything. So just don't get upset if you don't get a reply from someone. That doesn't mean they're a horrible person. Like, some people genuinely don't read their DMs as well.
Yeah, it's true. Like, so you know, when you haven't read your DMs for so long and there's so many, it stops telling you that you've got
additional ones. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I was going through them.
Over 9 or something.
Yeah, I was going. No, I think it's over 15.
Okay.
It got to 15 because I was busy doing editing for this and then editing for the gaming channel and sorting stuff out that like I could see it building up and I forgot to reply. So I opened it, started replying. And a week later, I was scrolling out. I was like, oh my god, it's like 9 days later and there's tons of messages in there. I felt so bad.
Sorry, Mr. Popular.
No, I felt bad because obviously it was people messaging me about the gaming stuff or messaging me on Instagram and I was like, oh man, I don't like ignoring people's messages. Like, if I see a message pop up, I'm not one of those people that they see a message come in and they're like, I'll take 10 years to reply, to look cool or whatever. if I see your message coming, I'll reply to you. So if I've done it to any of you, I sincerely apologize. I do always get back to messages though. Even the people at Midnight Rubbish that watch us in Africa, a couple of you that message me, I always respond eventually. Obviously, time zones are a bit mad, but one guy that follows us called Poet. He's been on my Instagram for a while. Like, nice guy. He sent me pictures. They were doing a cosplay thing. I think it's in Ghana, and they had people coming up as like Jujutsu Kaisen characters in Attack on Titan. It was pretty cool. I was sitting there watching it while I was working, and then he asked me for like pictures of myself to do artwork. So I'm waiting to see what he draws. Should be pretty cool.